Jayati Jayati Devo Devaki Nandanoso Jayati Jayati Krishna Prashnivamsha Pradipaha Jayati Jayati Megha Shamala Komalango Jayati Jayati Prithvi Bharanasho Mukundaha. We are going to talk about Jai Jagannath. This is the Anavasara period and Lord's darshan is not available. We are missing him so much. When gopis were missing Krishna, they had lost him in the forest. What did they do? They just talked. The Gopi Geet. They were talking about Krishna, so let us do something similar or following in the footsteps of gopis. Let's talk and hear about Jai Jagannath. And of course, as we talk about Jagannath and Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are together. So we will end up talking about Gauranga also. We just had a Rathayatra festival, remember? Which was like a appearance day of Jagannath. That happened some days ago. And darshan stopped. Well, of course, the same day there was a Hathi Vesh darshan of Jagannath, Snan Yatra day. All the doors, gates were closed, and Lord, as he was sick now, no darshan available. Lord is taking bed rest and no visitors. So during that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu especially used to go to Alarnath, another temple not far from Jagannath Puri. That is where it is understood that Jagannath gives darshan at Alarnath. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes during this time, well, always, especially during this Snan Yatra and Anavasara Utsav period. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu missing Jagannath so much, Shunyayitam, that's happening. Jagat Sarvam, Govinda Virahena Me. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not walk, he runs to Alarnath, takes darshan, and while offering his obeisances, Dandvat Pranam on the Shila in front of the temple, in front of the deity. What happened? That's what you could see here. As Lord's body touched this rock, and Lord's body is Romanchakampa, Ashru, Taranga, all that is happening, all these ecstatic emotions. And just by the touch of Gauranga's body, whole personality from toes to the head, as he got up, that left the impression of his body on the rock, and that darshan is available even to this day. So after Anavasara period, well, we are getting that news. You must be all praying and caring for the Lord, that He is getting better. his health is improving. And just in few days' time, you will be giving darshan. And that day is called Netrotsav. Netrotsav. You could have that utsav right now, right here also. Festival or feast for eyes. And the same day, day of Netrotsav, is the day of Gundicha Marjan, cleansing of Gundicha Mandir. Sri Vigraha Aradhana Nitya Nana Shringaratan Mandira Marjanado. And Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to take the whole battalion or team party with him, and he is to be the lead sweeper and cleanser of Gundicha Mandir. And that is where Lord would arrive, riding on the chariot, just the next day. Anyway, there's so much could be said about each of these pastime, even Gundicha Marjan pastime. But it is said, a painting is worth 1,000 words or thousands of words. So this painting speaks for itself. I don't have to speak, I don't have time, or maybe I don't have enough realization of this pastime or many other pastimes. Then comes Jagannath Rathayatra Mahotsava Ki. The very first day, well, the Rathayatra day, the first thing that happens is, this is during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu days we are talking about. Raja Pratap Rudra used to come. Tabe Pratap Rudra kare apne sevan, Suvarna marjani laya kare, Patha sammarjan. Well, he's a king, but he's becoming sweeper. But as he's a king and is wealthy, his marjani, his broom has a golden handle broom, and he's doing cleansing, as you could see. So king takes a very humble position. Does a sweeper have any position? No position. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu noticed that King Pratap Rudra is sweeping, look at this, he could not believe his eyes. And deep within his heart, he was so much pleased with King Pratap Rudra. The humility gets the attention of the Lord. If you want to be noticed by the Lord, go for this Tranadapi Sunijena, Tarorapi Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadena, then Kirtaniya Sadahari becomes possible. So, in fact, all these days, Lord was not willing to give audience darshan to this King Pratap Rudra, thinking he is a king. And I'm a sannyasi. He is attached to position. Kisa kurshi ka kaho. Or Kamini Kanchan is associated with the lives of the kings. So Lord said, no, forget it. I am not going to see him. And it's a long story. We could only make it short. But this day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought within himself, I must give him darshan. And Lord is, as Rathayatra begins, is going to be giving darshan to King Prataparudra, only, exclusively. And what was their darshan? There is to be, during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Rathayatra days, 7 different parties. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would divide his team of his associates, devotees, kirtaniyas, into 7 groups, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would be part of each of those groups, chanting and dancing. So this scene was shown to King Prataparudra by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was the only one who could see, hey, look, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dancing in each of these kirtan parties. No one else was noticing. Or yes, those who were noticing, hey, Lord is chanting only in our party. This is how all these parties were thinking. He's chanting, hey, just we must be very special party. He's chanting and dancing with our party only. But King Prataparudra was seeing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this was similar scene or experience. One Krishna, one Gopi, or one Krishna, one Radha, one Gopi, one Krishna, one Gopi, one Krishna. So like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had expanded here. As many groups were there, those many Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhus were there. So this was very special darshan. He deserved it. Vidya vinayena shobhate, vidya dadati vinayam, vinayat yati patrataha. Prabhus, Matajis, remembered this principle of humility, how humble, meek and humble shall inherit the kingdom of God. Even Bible says that. Okay, then as Rathayatra is beginning, I'm for Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He would be looking forward to upcoming Jagannath Rathayatras. You know, his Adi Leela in Mayapur Navadip has been completed. His Madhya Leela of traveling all over, traveling, preaching all over is over. And with that, Lord has taken care of Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya duskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. These purposes have been served in Adi Leela, Madhya Leela. Now here in Jagannath Puri, especially last 12 years of Mahaprabhu's stay in Jagannath Puri, he's going to be focusing on his personal, private reason, which was very dear to his heart, to serve that purpose. He's going to be fully in Radha Bhav for last 12 years. Govinda Nandini, and trying to give Ananda to Govinda Nandini Radha, Radha Vinodini Mohini, Radha Sarvasva, Radha Shiromani. Amongst all the gopis, she is a Shiromani, she is the topmost. So she is fully in the mood of Radharani, Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvalitam, that we already understand from Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had appeared in the mood of Radharani, Radha Bhav, and what else? Radha Dyuti and Radha Kanti, Radha color, complexion of Radharani, Radha's Bhav. And amongst all the pastimes, all year long, amongst them, Rathayatra times, they stand out. Because this is when Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is able to have a full experience and display of his Radha Bhav. So, in fact, those days, the two lords were residing in Jagannath Puri. One is Jagannath on the altar. He is Leela Purushottam, Jagannath. And another Lord is also residing, and that is Prem Purushottam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One is kind of stationed on the altar, and other one is very much mobile, moving, and running around in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Jagannath, who is Krishna, he is in a mood of separation. He is missing his devotees. He is missing his Brajabasi devotees. And he is especially missing Jai Sri Radhe. He is missing his Radha. And as far as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is concerned, he is also missing. Who is he missing? He is missing Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is? And this is the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri during last 12 years. He is in a vipralambha state of existence. His mind, his consciousness is vipralambha, feeling intense separation from the Lord. So Jagannath is missing, Krishna is missing, Radharani, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is missing Krishna. And Rathayatra time is a setting where they get together face to face. Now Rathayatra is about to begin, or it has begun, you could say. And Krishna is in the chariot, and Radharani is in the front of the chariot in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they are having dealings, reciprocations going on and on and on. Well, this is where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is thinking, I am meeting Krishna after some 60, 70 years, and now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is kind of transporting himself to Kurukshetra. That is where all the Dwarkavasis and Brajavasis had met, and finally the gopis had an exclusive time to meet Krishna also. In Kurukshetra they are meeting. This is not a battlefield of Kurukshetra. This is a sun eclipse time, and everyone has come to take a holy dip. Anyway, that's secondary purpose, holy dip in Surya Kund. But the real purpose is to have a reunion, have a meeting, get together of the Dwarkavasis and Brajavasis. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is thinking now, I'm in Kurukshetra meeting with Sri Krishna, and then he says, oh, I am the same Radha, and you are same Krishna, but something is not the same. This Kurukshetra is not the place, right place, nor your uniform is the same. Where is your flute? Where is your more mukut? In fact, our meeting should take place in Vrindavan on the banks of Jamuna. But then he's also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Radharani, still there in Kurukshetra, meeting Krishna. He is thinking, let me check. Does he still remember me? Does he have the same love and affection as he used to have before? So then what happens is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes behind the chariot. So while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the front of the chariot, Jagannath was watching Chaitanya. In fact, he was watching Radharani in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes behind the chariot and he is not visible anymore, and Jagannath stops the chariot. Where is Radharani? Where is Radharani? Did I lose her again? Hari Hari. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu realized, yes, he hasn't forgotten me. He loves me as usual, as he always loved me in the past. He has passed the test. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was kind of doing pariksha, test of Krishna, Jagannath. Let me go behind the chariot and see what he does. Maybe he will just keep going, not caring for my presence. But that did not happen. Jagannath Swami immediately took note of sense of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radharani, and he stopped the chariot. And the devotees were with the ropes in their hands, and there are hundreds and thousands of those pulling the chariot. And they are, with all their might, all their strength, they're trying to pull the chariot. But the chariot does not budge an inch, does not move at all. Kicho, pull the chariot, Haribol, pull the chariot. Use more strength. So they were doing all that, but nothing doing. Chariot was not moving because Jagannath had stopped the chariot. Pulling of the chariot doesn't depend on the puller's strength. It depends on the will of Jagannath. If he wants the chariot to be pulled, sure, it runs. If he doesn't want chariot to be pulled or moved, then chariot stays wherever it is. No movement. So then what happens is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was behind. He puts his head to the chariot and he is gently pushing the chariot. And immediately chariot begins rolling. All that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is now going to do is, well, chant and dance. Well, that is maybe external exhibition, but deep within his heart is excited and ecstatic and having reciprocations with Jagannath. And you could also say here, this is one of the 7 parties where Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditra Madhyan Manaso Rasena. Devotees are chanting, dancing, beating drums. And Nityananda Prabhu is next to him. Advaita Acharya is behind. And Nityananda Prabhu especially is there to make sure Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't fall or there's no crash, him crashing on the ground. Nityananda Prabhu is right next to him, and there are different circles. Govinda and others make another circle and another circle, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the middle, protected, and he has his own space for chanting and dancing or even running hither and thither. Why is he running hither and thither? Well, he's in the mood of separation and wants to catch up with the Lord. Where is he? Where is he? Is he here? Is he there? Where has my Lord gone? That is his mood. So that mood is exhibited in the form of his dancing, the movements of all different parts of his form, his transcendental body. Tribhuvana bhari uthe kirtanera dhvani anyavadhyadira dhvani kichu na shuni. So the chanting that was happening here in the front of Jagannath's chariot, that was filling the entire universe. Tribhuvana bhari uthe kirtanera dhvani. It's not just heard just few blocks away from where the kirtan is happening, but this kirtan, the sound of this kirtan was filling entire Brahmanda. This is a different. What kind of kirtan is this? It's a prem kirtan. King Prataparudra was wondering, what kind of kirtan? I had seen so many other kirtan parties chanting the same mantra, Hare Krishna, same instruments being played. But this kirtan of Gauranga and his associates, this is something different. Oh, what kind of kirtan is this? As Prataparudra was curious to know, and then he was told, this is called Prem Kirtan of Prem Purushottam, Gauranga Mahaprabhu and his associates, of course. So, this is called Udanda. Udanda Nritte Prabhuras Sabe Yabe Ailaman Swarupe Rasange Dila Ei Navajan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you could say, have you seen or even heard anyone dancing the way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dancing right here in this painting? You could see he is flying, almost flying in the sky, floating in the air. He could become lighter than the lightest, heavier than the heaviest. Mudanda Nritya Prabhu Kariya Hunkar Chakra Brahmi Brahme Aiche Alata Akar. So he would, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced and jumped high, roaring like a thunder, and moving in a circle like a wheel, he appeared like a circling fire band. You understand fire band? Some torch. And when you move that so swiftly, you see that fire everywhere, a circle of fire, fire band. Alat Akar. So like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's form also was like a lit and golden and like a molten gold, molten blazing gold, brilliant. So as he would go round and round, there are so many ways he would chant and dance. During Rathayatra times, there's a whole chapter, there's also a chapter that describes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dancing in front of Jagannath's cart. And no other chanting and dancing matches or comes even closer to his chanting and dancing during Rathayatra, right in front of Jagannath Swami. When Brajavasis had gone to Kurukshetra to meet Krishna, Balaram, and others also, they had gone with the intention or determination that this time as we meet Krishna, Balaram, we will, of course, they would be sitting in their chariot. So we will pull their chariot ourselves. We'll get rid of the horses and we will pull their chariot back to Vrindavan. will not let him go back to Dwarka. No, we'll bring him to Vrindavan. But again, that did not happen. Lord again had to say, oh, I will come. I will come. Not now, not this time. I'll soon return. I have a little more business, leftover business to take care of. So Brajabasis could not bring Krishna and Balaram to Vrindavan that time. So that unfulfilled desire of Brajabasis gets fulfilled in Jagannath Puri. All those who are pulling the chariot are all Brajabasis, or in the mood of Brajabasis. Radharani is also there, and others are there. Gopis are there. Nanda Baba, Yashoda, other elderly Gopas, Gopis are there. The cowherd friends are there. And they are the ones pulling the chariot and bringing Krishna to Vrindavan. They are bringing the Gundicha temple in Jagannath Puri is Vrindavan of Jagannath Puri. And Jagannath Puri temple of Jagannath Puri is like a Dwarka or Kurukshetra. So they succeeded bringing Krishna and Balaram and Subhadra to Vrindavan, to Gundicha Mandir. And they are very, very happy to have such a reunion and returning together to Vrindavan, Gundicha temple. So that is what happens towards the end of the Rathayatra day. Chariot reaches Gundicha temple, and then Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, they are installed in that Gundicha Mandir, which was cleansed, say, a day before by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. And that is where Lord stays for a week or so. So this Rathayatra is the time the Brajabasis' desires were fulfilled, and they were able to bring Krishna back to Vrindavan and then stay with him and have a good times in Vrindavan with Krishna. Balaram, Subhadra ki jai. Jagannath Rathayatra Mahotsav ki jai. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.